In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the lobby of the Municipal Center, and published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Councilmember Corsair?
Here.
Councilmember Dayton?
Here.
Councilmember Michaels?
Present.
Councilmember Dr. O'Connor?
Here.
Councilmember Park? Here. Councilmember Rolari?
Here.
Mayor Sim.
I think there's actually, to be considered, I think David's working on a couple other things, so we'll skip on that one tonight. I know you have some other things, so we'll just move into public comment. Omar?
Okay, so anyone wish to make a public comment, please raise your hand.
State your name.
My name is Yaron Shemesh, and I'm a Cresskill resident, owner, co-founder of Prime Equity Real Estate Development Company, active in New York, New Jersey, and Florida. We recently purchased a property on 11 Chestnut Street. We spoke with Mr. Zina regarding developing the property. Mr. Zina told us that he would like to see more stores that can bring more people that can serve the community. And we thought also for the project to be feasible to add also residential components to the property itself for one-bedroom apartments, since we know a lot of young people or people that cannot afford themselves to rent spaces right now in Tenafly area and Cresskill, of course, area, since it's very costly to rent spaces, and since it's very close proximity to the downtown, they can walk, public transportation, etc. I had a very fruitful conversation with Mr. David Fanslow, also regarding obtaining parking spaces, since we can provide only not ample of spaces because of the configuration of the property itself, that the city can maybe provide us also parking spaces for rent, which is for the benefit of Tenafly. But of course, the council has to consider it. So the question is, I know that there is overnight parking spaces that's bordering our property on the B1 zoning, and we wanted to know if the council would consider expanding it to the one block to the B2 zoning, or maybe can help us obtain parking spaces from the CRX parking spaces that the city is renting from the train company. The only obstacle that Mr. Fanslow mentioned is that these parking spaces are designated only for retail spaces and not for residential spaces. So basically, that's the reason I'm here, to ask the council if they will consider helping us promote this project, of course, for the benefit of the community and for the success of the project itself.
How many?
Sorry?
How many?
Right now, we would like to obtain 6 to 8 parking spaces from the city. We have 4 parking spaces right now. So if the ratio of the residential is 1.8 parking spaces for one bedroom, and we're developing in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, just for you to understand, there is no parking spaces if you have like 10 units right now, because the proximity to public transportation, it is close to public transportation. So let's say you can provide 1 parking space for each unit, and the retail space, since there is ample of parking spaces in the area, we won't need parking spaces for the retail, because it's going to be more service oriented. people will come, maybe they will serve 3-4 people that will be there like 5 to half an hour, and at night, they're not gonna be there at all. So,
This is by Good Taste?
It's on
Yeah.
Chestnut, yeah.
Yes.
So
Right
it's on that street.
It's on
yeah,
Chestnut, yeah.
so the Chinese store doesn't have parking spaces. And parallel to the train track, there is a lot of spaces that are vacant, no one is using it. Again, we're coming from Brooklyn, we're 20 years developers in Brooklyn. We understand density, public parking issues. That's the reason we wanted to do, like, we suggested doing 1-bedroom apartments, small apartments, 600 square feet apartments.
So I just have a question about process, though.
So,
Yes.
so just to,
Like Board of Adjustments, right?
so, right, but keep in mind, we talked about this a couple of council meetings ago about looking at the parking ordinances. Councilwoman Dayton and I and David, we're going to have a conversation to get this kicked off. And this is one of the topics of it.
Okay.
It's majorly about the downtown parking. All right. So we're going to be having a meeting about this, about the broad parking this week, and your property is a subset of that.
Correct, so
Yeah.
either expanding the overnight parking to the B2 zoning, which is, I think, not a big area compared to the B1 zoning. We're basically the neighbors of the B1 zoning. Or helping us obtaining a few parking spaces if they are available, according to David, of course, from the CRX, which is not being used.
But Councilwoman O'Connor, to your question about process, so parking variances or, planning board, board of adjustment, but when it comes time to think about the policy about parking spots, that's the council's responsibility, right? Lauren, oh, excuse me, by the way, thank you, Council President. And the reason I was late this evening, because we have our last concert of our summer concert season tonight. So I had to open it up and thank everyone for being there. So sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Good job on the concert series.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. There is some process issues here, so we can't consider this yet until I guess it goes before planning board with an application.
Well, yeah, we're talking about all the different possibilities and.
Yes, so there are steps you need to take, and maybe David and Omar can help you before this council could make any sort of decisions on changing a zone for property that we have no plans for. So, that's just in for your particular one. As the mayor said, we're going to look at an overall scheme about parking. But I will say that the land, as you go down the street, it is proposed to be developed into an apartment building with parking behind it. So some of the space that you're looking at might already be taken. So you can ask the building department for those plans.
You're talking about the Adani property on Grove?
No, I'm talking about the one that's going to be,
On Central.
no,
On Central is
not
it?
on Central, on West Railroad. It's the,
Oh, okay, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
taking the parking behind it, the one that's going to go right up to like Good Taste in
Right.
the house.
Point being, there's a lot of details.
Correct. So please go back. You can work with our building department. You could work with David on process, but tonight we're not able to make any sort
No,
of.
for sure. We
Yeah,
just wanted to
and it was suggested that perhaps the gentleman would go to the planning board for an informal review.
Yeah, that'd be
And
good.
that process Amanda laid out for you. So it would be wise to follow through with that and get that process started. And then as the council considers overall parking scenarios, we can get back in touch with you.
Because the informal review,
we didn't go through the informal review yet.
okay, no, that's fine, but to follow up with the administrator's comment is that gives an exact picture of what you're looking for, right? And then we lay that into the discussion about the policy changes that the council might consider, all right? Then it all plays in together.
We got it. So you recommend that I should go to the informal review first for the planning. Let's say they recommend X amount of parking, which I won't have. So then I'll come to the to the council and
Right,
see if
correct,
it's feasible.
right.
Okay.
We'll work it together, correct.
Very good. Beautiful. Thank you so much, all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else would like to make public comments? Come on up. Just give us your name, not your address. Thanks for being here.
I'm Libby, 11 years Tenafly resident. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, councils. What's the subject? The growing deer population. Now, what am I doing here? I'm by no means an expert, by no means have the final solutions, but I worry. I'm a worried citizen, worried resident, and more importantly, I care about what's going on. So my objective in this call is to raise the issue and at least start the process, because doing nothing, I think it's not an option. So I want to talk about three things. One, what are the concerns? Secondly, what is the data to support the concerns? And thirdly, what other towns have done and some ideas about what can be done. Again, I'm not expecting a solution here. I'm expecting raising the issue and just taking it further. What are the concerns? Three things: public safety, public health, and the environmental impact. Public safety, believe it or not, the New Jersey Library found out that there are 30,000 deer-related accidents, car accidents per year. Annual car accidents per year. So certainly a safety issue. Secondly, the deer population start feeling more comfortable in the human environment, and they start attacking the human, and it's going to go and grow. Safety. Health, they carry ticks. We all have kids, we all have gardens, they live. Obviously, ticks, I don't need to give a lecture on that. They cause Lyme disease, certainly an issue. And the third one is the environment. Landscaping, people, our residents, including myself, investing in landscaping, the town investing in landscaping, they damage everything. And also, some experts say they damage the whole biosystem because they eat some flowers that feed other animals, so three concerns. So now what about the data? Some data, maybe you know, maybe you don't, but I collected that just preparation for this meeting. First thing is, what is the right number of deers in a town like that? So the health department of New Jersey and the animal control officer, I believe either Bergen County or South River, they said that a town like that should have between 10 to 15 deer per square mile. They estimate that in our towns, they don't have data about Tenafly, but they estimate that there are between 100 to 120 deer per square mile. So 10 times the recommendation of the health experts, 10 times, and it's growing, okay? Second thing is, again, I took South River as an example, and I talked also to some of the councils there. They have done some measures, as you may know or not, I'm not sure with you. They just recently, I'm talking about a few months ago, did a survey, actual data. They found after all their measures, they are at 45 deer per square mile, where the target is 10, so 4 times the objective, or what's right. So what can be done? Again, I said it, I prefix it, I'm not an expert and far from giving the final solutions, but something needs to be done. People, experts that deal with it, needs to come with solutions. I have like 5 things that came out either from research or discussions with people. One, control hunts. Look, I'll give you already information that I found out. South River, they, in 2018, they allowed bow hunting in South River to reduce the deer population. Honestly, it doesn't apply to us. Why? Because over there, they told me a minimum house is 2 acres. So obviously, it's a different environment, okay? We don't want people bow hunting here in the middle of Tenafly, so I don't think that's a solution. But there is the nature, the center out there, and I know some towns allow hunting, so it's something to, again, can work out. Relocation, again, the point might be more costly, might be more complicated, but relocating, I've seen, and again, I'm not going to give all my research, but some towns and some other issues, relocating some of those deers to nature forests. Third one is birth control. Basically, ways to reduce the population or the growth of the population through birth control. They say it's the most environmental. Might be a little bit more costly than others, but most environmental, and as they say, for people that like animals or like human beings, more I would say, not intrusive. The last thing, the two other things, fencing maybe the nature, maybe some other locations. Habitat modification, it's something that I don't know what it means in this town, but generally I've seen other towns doing that. And lastly is public education. As much as it hurts, most of my friends and anyone I talk to is bothered by deer. There are some people that like it. They feed them or give them even more. There is parrots feeder, all kind of other attractions. So dealing with that or through public education or some ordinance, that's another option. So as I said, to summarize that, it's raising the issue. I hope that we don't drop it here and something is done, because the expansion of this population, the growth, will put us in 2-3 years. People after 10 o'clock would not be able to drive safely in this town. But I come back at 10, 11 on Columbus Drive, I live in Columbus Drive, deers crossing my road all the time. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time and research. Can you email that to us, the research you did, or send it to the borough clerk, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, Omar, you give him your email address? No, we appreciate that. We realize it's a real challenge. I'm just like when I drive home on Ivy Lane in Englewood at night, I have to drive like 15 miles an hour because it's a regular deer crossing. It's like this, I'm starting to recognize deer. Yeah.
Bucks get big.
Yeah, it's a
They're
serious.
so
I
big.
looked out my window this morning at 5:30 this morning. There was one of those 10-point bucks outside my house.
That one's huge.
Again,
The one in our neighborhood.
By Stillman.
I drove by.
No.
It looks like it's so big.
He looks
I remember the day I saw a deer, and it was stunning. It was shocking to me, and I was probably 25 years old at the time. I had never seen a deer in the town in 25 years.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you, I see 25 deer on my own property on any given day.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, this is a problem. I
Yeah.
do not have an answer to it, but it's a massive problem, and it's something that we do need to discuss. And try to solve.
It will grow exponentially.
It's not stopping. Now I have baby deer every day. It doesn't stop.
So what typically is, like to do a committee, what typically is steps that?
So we've had conversations with the county about the county's suggestions and things like that, but everyone's faced with the same challenge of we can't do hunting in Tenafly or Englewood or Cresskill. It's not, someone will get killed. It's just not, we're all too close together. So it's, we haven't figured out a solution yet. But that's why we want to see your research, okay?
Yeah, I'll share these notes with you, and, I appreciate the consideration. As we said, it's something
Okay.
that cannot be left without.
Right.
It's just getting worse.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
We appreciate it. Okay, who else would like to
Mr.
speak?
Levy.
You got- You guys coming up? Come on up.
They only hunt. They only
All right, everyone.
hunt October, November, December.
Hi, how you doing? How you doing this afternoon, ladies?
200.
All right. Okay, everybody, let's focus. If you could just both say your names, but not your address, into the microphone, please. Okay, when you're speaking to the mic, you have to be really right on top of it.
Crisp.
Yeah, okay? There you go, okay? Okay, go ahead.
So we're part of the Girl Scout Troop 97159.
Get closer to the mic. All right.
Girl
Okay.
Scouts.
I don't know if you remember us, but.
Yes, we remember you.
And so we're just wondering if we could get continual approval of our project and see if we could actually start the building of the newspaper stands.
Okay, so tell the council about the project again.
So we're doing silver project for Girl Scouts, and we're building newspaper stands to put around the town so we can increase literacy rates.
Okay, so the council members have questions?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Lovely to see you again. Last time we spoke, you made me a promise. telling me how.
To get-
There you go. I'm just waiting for that. I think what you're doing is outstanding, but I don't forget.
Yeah, so we're just still waiting for approval to actually.
Negotiation.
John,
Play
you
hardball.
first.
Yeah, I like their style.
But just
Yeah.
to fill everyone in, the Girl Scouts have been able to follow up with David, and I think worked out, you had actually revised some thinking based on what feedback from our borough administrator. Can you just update everyone as to how you changed your idea a little bit? Or as to location, things like that?
So we were told that maybe Froggy Park would be a better location. So we decided on the area behind the library, that like courtyard. And then we also
This one?
decided,
Right here, outside this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
and then we also thought of the Froggy Park, like the entrance right next to it near the tree.
Okay.
And just to remind everyone, this is where the newspapers would get delivered. And you had also said the newspaper company was fine with delivering them. So.
Does anyone have any other questions?
Better than walking on my driveway.
Yes.
That's what I expected you to say.
Is everyone approve of this?
The design was emailed to
Yeah.
all of us.
Everyone's
Now we
good?
approved as a council, I think we're just trying to
Yeah.
figure out the logistics.
So, yeah, you've got the full go-ahead to go ahead, yes.
Yeah.
So the two
Go ahead.
locations, the two locations are fine. Yeah, the police department had suggested Froggy Park, at least,
Right.
a police captain that can keep very close.
Good.
Watch on it, and out here is great.
So do they need to hear from the DP? I think you were bringing the DPW.
Yeah,
this.
Pat is aware of it, and he'll work with them and, help move them forward.
Okay, so when they leave, just because they have a target date of late September to get started or to
Get started.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
ready to go.
So do they know who to email or do they just email
Just
you?
email me. and-
Just email, okay, all right. All right,
Just
congrats.
basically letting DPW know the locations they're gonna do the construction, and if you need help putting it in, let us know, and we'll make sure it's a
All
sturdy.
right. Thank you for coming.
Keep up the
and-
great work.
Congrats on your
Thank
solar
you.
project.
Thank you. All right, any other members of the public that are in the chambers that would like to speak? Are there any members of the public online on Zoom that would like to speak? No? Okay. Omar, any other members indicating to speak?
See no hands, Mayor.
All right, we're going to close public comment time. Does anyone have questions for the borough administrator or anything you'd like to highlight?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Lauren.
So,
This out.
yes, I am getting calls. I even got one this afternoon. And I even made one to the mayor on my own behalf. Thank you.
Take care.
Oh.
About the paving versus the traffic and the news alerts to our community. So, for example,
Is this a bird?
I'm sitting on the way to first day of school and Jay Kramer Fletcher is on Central Ave, opening up the street. And all the cars around me are rolling down the window and yelling at me, so I called the mayor. But this afternoon, I got a call about Sisson. Sisson didn't have any notice that they were closing the street, and I guess they're knocking a house down at the same time, so both sides of the street were closed. Somebody went food shopping, came back, couldn't get back on their street with groceries, had to park like around the corner and carry everything. So the question I'm asking is, how do we get a better process here so that we know where J. Kramer Fletcher and PSE&G are gonna be opening up with a week's notice of advance, so that we can coordinate what our borough needs versus what they need?
So they've been providing throughout the project a three-week look ahead.
But maybe we need a better system than to communicate to our residents about which streets are being
Right.
paved at what
So
day.
in Central Avenue on the school opening day,
was fun.
basically was a fluke. I spoke with Captain D. Mikata, who was the officer in charge that week. They had planned to do it before school started, and I think their wires got crossed about our school schedule. So they were out of there before the afternoon let out, I believe. And so that hopefully won't happen again, particularly on school days.
That was fun when people saw me in the crowd, they're like, yelling at me on the line. Is there a system that we can put in place so that we, it doesn't have to be one of those police calls every night, but maybe a directed call, like if your street is going into construction that week, maybe we could figure out zones or areas, because what I'm hearing and the feedback I'm hearing from many people is that we are not doing a good job of saying where these crews are going to be, and people, their schedules, their work schedules, whatever it is, their commutes are being affected.
I got some.
Right.
One thing,
Yeah,
Councilwoman, the 3-week look ahead, by the way, it's on the website under,
Nobody's looking at our
I
website.
just-
Until we get an app, no, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna make people every morning have to log onto our website to find out if there's streets
So-
in the afternoons under construction.
So it sounds, so we are, Lauren, and David, correct me if I'm wrong, but the engineers are going out, putting things on the doors, notifying. So maybe this whole issue of doing these zone calls, because I believe we can do that.
You can. I know the chief does have some concern of overutilizing the
Yeah.
code red system in case that we need to just tune it out if there's no emergency.
I agree on that. I think it'll be overkill with
But-
calls.
If it were to be limited to text messaging and email, then we could probably get that into the system. And it's only as good as, the amount of people that have signed up. So
What if though, if we did it real simply, like we put road signs up where road closed for the next month, or why can't we have, Jay Fletcher Creamer put a sign on each end of the road that's blinking that says, next week, all paving, all week, sort of thing.
Or can we add it to your mayor's message, the following
Oh,
roads for next week are due?
So the only thing I'm going to say about that is we
Yeah.
have to be very careful with that, because Jay Fletcher can change their schedule 5 seconds. That we don't want to do that to people, because then they won't. So we've got to figure out a way to tell them.
The emergency don't park here, like big
Yeah.
thing you staple to the phone poles. You can just do that a week in advance.
That's not a bad idea.
That's simple.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's
something.
not a bad idea actually at all.
A resident shouldn't, I mean,
Okay.
so what
Yeah.
happened in Sisson, from what I understood, is that they came last week, put up door knockers. Everyone was gone. They couldn't get into most of the properties or get permission.
Right.
So then they just randomly picked a day, which turned out to be today.
Right.
Well, to go onto individual properties if they're doing something.
Because
like
they're
that.
doing-
This was the connections to the houses, or was it paid?
Yes. I believe it was the connections to the houses, because they waited till
That's all they
today.
need permission for. Yeah.
Today,
People
again.
getting a tunnel.
Okay.
Too many.
All right. So
Listen, our system is not great. I'm getting
We
a
need
lot
to
of
improve it.
feedback that
Fair
our
enough.
community is rather agitated about all of this opening
Right.
roads everywhere.
okay.
That's the water. company.
Please, I wait with most anticipation.
Number one, I will ask again, if PSAG come in and just.
I have an answer. I have an answer for that.
Yes,
That's
please.
number one. Number two, I'd like to know their plan for remediating the lovely artistic spray paint they put all over our downtown. Every single store on Washington has spray paint going across
Oh,
it.
yes.
Highlighted those lines. What's the remediation plan?
So-
I love new pavers.
So
Yeah, I agree.
so that paint, that is required by state law when you do those call outs, because you have to identify before you dig, you have to identify the gas, everything else. And then that does wash away, but that's a good question.
Like what, 20,
Yes, that's a good question.
Same
Well,
time
we'll
flowers
ask.
are gonna grow in town?
We'll ask.
But again, it's the same idea though.
Right.
If we're going to get repaving, which should be required on every single street that's now been opened up, especially our DOT projects, I mean, that's.
But all the moratorium streets they pay for.
Absolutely, but again, we need a communication plan in advance. Your street's getting paved, can't drive on it, make it alternative plans, whatever it is, with adequate notice to our residents. So again,
we're gonna-
I don't think just the one strip of line repaved should be adequate. I want to make sure that our engineers realize we get milling and paving.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so we're talking about two different topics,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So if any street that's on a moratorium, which has been paved within the last 5 years, they're repaving 100% of their expenses.
Yeah.
They do, because they're doing a trenching process. So when you repave a street, you're going down like you're taking the top 2 inches off. Okay, you're not trenching, so you can repave right away. Their trenches are going 4 to 5 feet deep, 6 feet deep. Those have to settle for a little bit after they fill them, because if they pave immediately, you're going to wind up with this, and we don't want that.
We have the coolest mayor ever. Who knows this stuff? I have, he's cool. Keep going. I love it. I love it.
I'm just,
I've
More on
seen-
asphalt.
I've seen that exact thing.
of course,
Yeah,
It
I
happens
was
all the
like,
time.
wow.
That's, yeah, but your point is 100% valid. And I think that Dan has actually got a very simple, direct idea. We put these police signs up Yeah, and, you know, instead of saying no parking for, it's, this street's being paved next week, or PSC&G is ripping it up.
Fine, as long as
Yeah.
our crews and Pat, you
Yep.
know, DPW is willing to do that.
Then we have a moment
And
to
I think
celebrate.
that we put the responsibility on the contractor.
Correct.
PSCG, rather than.
100%, 100%.
I like that idea even better.
All right.
All right, so Councilman, on the PSCNG, they have responded that their policy is not to attend public meetings.
Really?
That
They don't want to get
they
yelled
are
at
more
for
than
2 hours.
happy to come in during the workday and meet with the administrator or members of the council, but they will not attend.
Members of the council.
I'll take the action on a Zoom call, please.
Okay.
Nothing would make me happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and maybe we
Let's
can
set
make
it up.
that,
Notice a public meeting for the daytime.
David,
I
maybe.
Well,
need
we can't,
recording
so
of that.
on that though, we can't have more than three.
You know, I'm happy to delegate.
No, but I was saying, make it a DPW meeting and have Colliers on there,
Right.
DPW,
We-
PSCNG.
Just as long as we don't have four of the.
No, it would be
Seven.
2 of us. And
Yeah, we can have a DPW. Yeah, of course.
make it the,
Let's organize that.
no, we're
Okay?
already in it, we're already in it.
Do we know, there's a resident just asked if there are cones back near Clinton Inn that I haven't seen recently? Do you know why they're cones?
Coleman.
So so when you're coming from Englewood into town, there's two, there's usually 2 lanes, one to go this way, one to go this way. They've coned off this lane, so everyone is going to this lane.
On
Where is
Dean,
this?
I
on
was
Dean.
assuming it was the signal.
They were still
work.
working on the road.
Yeah, I'll have to check with John Jarl on that.
Maybe
So
you should
maybe
check.
part of our traffic light project.
I
but
think
I'm
it's
not sure.
traffic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check that out.
Yeah, I pass that all the time.
Okay, any more questions for the administrator, or David, do you have anything in specific you need to call out, or? we're
One thing
everything-
I'd like to point out is that we have set up, and it just launched today, our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram.
Good.
So we're just in the process of, the initial thing is advertising the US Open, but if we can get the word out about these official addresses, that would probably be more appropriate means of communication than our website.
Okay,
The
perfect.
councilwoman is correct. Websites are like a thing of the past. They're dinosaurs. So if we can get to where the people are and where they're communicating, then we'll be better.
Can you just Blackberry me instead?
Maybe the best things going.
Okay, great.
Quick question for David. About last meeting, we talked about the overgrown grass next to the property that's next to the Clinton Inn. You
Yes.
mentioned something to the effect of like having our people do it and then like charging the property owner. Where
Yeah,
is
I
that?
have to, I think I need some legal advice from the borough attorney on what we can and can't do there. We can certainly, I think, have it cut either by borough employees or bring a contractor in. It's just the means of how we recover that cost. I have to get some input from her.
Last
Okay.
time we made them do it. I remember.
Yeah, so we have, in the past, there's been a few properties, not many, that we have had to go on to
Right.
and clean them up ourselves because the owners refuse to do it. But there is a legal process with that. We can't just show up and start cutting it and send them a bill.
They need
And,
notice.
right, it's a whole process.
And
So we have to issue the summonses.
Mhm.
I don't know have they issued
I think
summonses
this
over there?
one's
They have.
already
Okay, good.
further down the line,
Good.
right?
part of the problem
Okay.
is I think that the ownership of this particular parcel is a problem. It's transferred a few times and some of their mail notices have come back as
Oh.
undeliverable and stuff like that. So
It's just, it's on a really main place
Yeah.
and it's very impassable. So
Right,
people
I see.
going in the
We're very aware
street-
that needs to be cleaned up, so
So,
we're going through the
yeah.
process and we'll get it done,
So
right? Yeah,
even if we can, if all the notices have gone out and if Wendy's satisfied, we'll get her the
Yeah.
file on it. We can have DPW go in and mill it.
clean it up, especially along the sidewalk.
To the
and
sidewalks, like
It's
you're
into the
most
tax
of.
bill.
Thank you.
So there is a process before you can place the lien onto the tax bill.
Understood.
But David and I will coordinate
Yeah.
on that one.
Yes, Lauren.
So one of the things that I would like our community to do is a fire hydrant audit. So Viola, actually, my daughter did a great program with Bergen Volunteers, and she got to tour Viola for a day. It was kind of fun. But she said Viola comes and they are required to do an audit of all hydrants to make sure they're working.
It's an annual.
It should be an annual, but I don't think it's been done.
I do believe it is.
has been done now.
Any reason why you think?
Yeah,
it hasn't been done?
Yeah, why do you
Yes,
think it
because the
hasn't?
house, there was a house fire on Hudson, and there were some issues with the hydrants. So I want to ensure that we,
All right, so
on
let's
our
find out,
end,
yeah.
are doing our audits and asking Viola to come in and do a
Definitely
no-cut
get that,
check.
because the fire
Okay.
department gets angry.
We can check on that.
And I'm fairly certain that Susan's on top of that also with, when we did an audit of the number of hydrants internally, that was part of the discussion.
I mean, the annual stuff, it's usually they flush the system and they usually do the audit when they are flushing.
And who they charge you for.
We can find out.
Let's find out when it was
I bet they
done,
would.
how it was
Okay.
done.
I'll ask the fire chief.
Yeah, let's find out.
Some information
Chief will know.
about the hydrant on Hudson.
Barzelotto kept on top of that. back
Say
in the
that
day.
again?
Tony stayed on top of the
Barzalato.
Barzelotto.
Yeah.
So I assume it's still going on.
Yeah.
Otherwise we would have heard.
Anything else, David?
That's
Okay. Let's move on to new business. We have ordinance 24
No
20.
network. I'm sorry, Mayor. Can you hold
Excuse me?
We're all offline
The
again.
internet kicked off again.
You guys can
Oh.
use my,
Would anyone like a copy of my
Oh.
paper?
It's 8 PM. They have a timer set, David.
I think it's a half hour.
No, it's 8. I
Okay.
talked to IT.
Okay. We have ordinance 25-25, multifamily inclusionary housing district.
I forgot about that.
Councilman Park, would you like to make a motion?
Ooh, it's
You
the-
got it.
I move to introduce on first reading ordinance 25-25 and set the hearing for September 16th, 2025 at 7:30 or soon thereafter.
Have a second, please? Omar, could you please read the title of the ordinance and conduct a roll call?
Sure. Ordinance number 25-25, an ordinance of the Borough of Tenafly, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to amend Chapter 35 entitled Land Development Regulations, Article 8 entitled Zoning Regulations to create a new MF-I-2 district.
New district.
Councilmember Corsair,
Yes.
Councilmember Dayton,
Yes.
Councilmember Michaels,
yes.
Councilmember Dr. O'Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Park,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Yes.
Can we stop and try to get us back on? Sorry, because I
Yeah,
don't like doing
it's-
this without
To
Steve.
get what?
To get us, none of us are.
Okay, take a second, go ahead and do
So
it, yeah.
I'm sorry.
we might get a hotspot, but they did turn off.
I will say,
TV guest is done.
Yes, I got my hotspot.
Or you can use mine.
actually Wendy's iPhone is showing up on mine too. Should we all go on
It's
here?
off, I don't know the password.
Omar, is there a
Oh.
password to TVLOT?
TVL.
I bet that's gonna be out too, though.
No, that one's on.
Here, mine should be on. It's my son's name, his birth year, just 2 digits.
We're supposed to know that.
If you don't know, you don't
I
get
know it.
Wi-Fi.
I know it.
Adam
Yeah, but
Jr.?
Adam, you're not showing up at mine. Oh, Adam's iPhone. I got it.
I see Adam, but
His birth year.
it's your younger son?
Older son.
Older son.
No, it said, older son.
Older
I
son.
did younger son.
Share password.
Oh, no, I don't know when he's born.
It's okay, I just sent it to you. 07.
Thank you. Everyone knows Adam's phone.
Next, Mr. Mayor.
Okay,
Sorry.
ordinance 25-24, mandatory affordable housing set aside. Omar, could you read the confirmation of publication of the ordinance and the title, please?
Sure. Ordinance number 25-24 is published in the Friday, August 22nd edition of the Record. It is an ordinance amending Chapter 35 Land Development Regulations of the Revised General Ordinances.
Yes, regardless. whether-
Okay, I'm going to open the floor for any public comments on ordinance 25-24 only. Anyone here in the chambers would like to comment on that? Omar, I don't think there's anyone here. What do you think?
See no hands there.
Anyone online on Zoom that would like to make a public comment? No? Omar?
No.
Okay, I'm going to close public comment. Councilwoman Dr. O'Connor, would you like to make a motion?
Sure, I just was hoping to explain to the public that this is about like alignment.
Go ahead.
Right, am I right with maybe if Wendy?
So this is
Is that
an
alignment?
ordinance that is proposed through your housing plan.
Right.
And what it is setting forth the set aside for affordable housing on new development. Since the state legislature changed the rules and now there's no bonuses for rentals, it's making the set aside the same for rentals and or for sale units regardless of tenure.
And in doing so with the rentals, that's going to help us like get more.
Well, so since you don't get a bonus credit for a rental,
Take it
there's no
over.
reason to allow a developer to have less units if it's a rental versus a sale.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, because it doesn't help.
Right. Right.
Makes sense. Okay, yes, I move to pass and adopt on second and final reading ordinance 25-24, and that notice of same shall be published according to law.
Have a second, please.
Second.
Omar, please conduct a roll call.
Councilmember Corsair?
Yes.
Councilmember Dayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Michaels?
Yes.
Councilmember Dr. O'Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Park?
Yes.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Yes.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve on the consent agenda resolution R25-435 through R25-453?
So moved.
Could I have a second?
Second.
Omar, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corsair?
Yes.
Councilmember Dayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Michaels?
Yes.
Councilmember Dr. O'Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Park?
Yes.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Yes.
Can I just make a comment on that?
A comment? Sure.
So I just want the public to know that we passed rules and regulations for the dog park at Grove Street Park. From what I understand from some residents, there was some biting incidents, and
I heard.
I hope,
Johnny shouldn't bite.
I know, he's uncontrollable.
Did you get your shots?
I hope that these rules are followed by our residents and our guests to our dog park, and that safety resumes. I know it's a really beloved place. So I just want to let the public know we have official rules and regulations that can be enforced.
Correct, that's good. All right, minutes to be approved. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of August 18th, 2025, mayor and council meeting?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, committee reports. Councilwoman Dayton.
Sure. Okay. I think we're good on senior services. We are looking for a walking path. We're looking to put in a 1 mile or 2 mile continuous walking path that's ADA compliant throughout town. So the senior services has been working actually with David to try to find some sort of path, maybe starting in Roosevelt or near Walnut Park for our seniors, which I think would be lovely for everybody as well. So that's what that board is doing. The planning board was nice and slow for the month of August. If anyone is interested, the Starbucks application has been postponed to October 8th. We did have some residents come out to listen to that, and so that is getting pushed. And we are in good shape with our affordable housing, and thank you tonight for passing the zoning ordinances tonight, which helps that process. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Rolieri.
One second.
Yes.
Oh.
Why was Starbucks?
You wanna
Why?
say
Sure, happy to answer it. So Starbucks came in with an application of a particular size store, okay? They needed some variances for that, but their plan was to, if they were approved at the planning board, they were going to revise the size of the store to a smaller store.
Oh.
And they decided not to do it that way. They're just going to go back to they're going back to the architect, revising the store so it will be smaller. They will need less variances, and then they'll, look for the approval of what they actually want. And they needed a, pardon me? Measure twice, cut once. Were you a carpenter when you were growing up? Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it.
The nature.
Yeah.
But that's that story. Go ahead.
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Council President Michaels.
We got a lot. So first, senior center last weekend, are you getting this right? Omar, G, $14,000 raised. I don't want to start rumors. There are people lining up early. My son may or may not have bought a watch for $5 that he promises me is at least $100 billion. It was super cool. It was obviously within fire regulations, but very full. So I am super proud of the seniors, the senior center. It was really, really cool. I may or may not have had a hot dog and a hamburger at like 11 o'clock in the morning, but that's fine. Don't tell my wife.
I think you just did.
She's on this. We have, this Thursday, someone's gonna talk about the welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. This Thursday, you wanna talk about the Jumbotron?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna bring the Jumbotron to Hyler Park for the US Open semifinals and the finals.
So starting at 12 noon on Thursday, there's stuff, noon session, evening session at 7 PM. Same thing on Friday, noon session, 7 PM.
That's the men's semis, that's usually later, that's usually a 4 to 7, let's check that.
Then I know my stuff, but you're thinking about the doubles on Friday. The doubles championship is at 12.
We can continue that debate offline, I think.
Dollar bet. And then there is Saturday, like you said, at 4 for the women's finals, and then I think at 2 on Sunday for the men's
I'm
finals.
excited.
So super excited there
Very
as well.
exciting.
Yeah, it's really
And
exciting.
then someone will talk about community night.
Are you done with your list?
You will.
No.
Oh, go.
Oh, no, I was just gonna go to the next person.
No, that's it. And then October 19th, we have the Fall
Fall
Festival.
Fest.
So I am just super proud of everybody. There's a lot of activity
A
happening.
lot going on,
in this
a lot
town.
going on.
So, game on.
Good, thank you. Councilwoman,
US Open Jumbotron.
very good.
Community night.
Yeah.
I'd just like to claim my dollar from Council President Michaels. It's 3 PM and 7 PM on Friday, just to not confuse people. It'll be starting a little later than that.
Community night's next Tuesday.
You disagrees with it.
Anything else?
So no, community night is next Tuesday, it's a lot of fun.
Community night's
Always
next
a fun
Tuesday,
night.
yeah.
And that's it.
We have a live band playing. It's gonna be great.
It'll be fun.
It's gonna be great. Community night.
Yeah, just.
What time is
Okay.
it? 5 or 6? I always get this messed up. What time's set up? 5?
It's gotta
I
be
think
6.
it's- Well, actually,
Setup would be early.
for bringing that up, I should mention that the recreation director has asked me to close Borough Hall at 3 o'clock on Tuesday so that the
Yeah.
rides and so forth have the parking lot to
Oh, yeah.
We do that
set
every
up.
year.
So
Yep.
they're going to start set up around 3 o'clock, a little after 3, and I think the event starts at 5.
Everybody's good with that? Same plan as always, right? Okay.
Thank you,
Council-
Police Department, for coordinating.
Councilwoman Dr. O'Connor?
So just to promote the new resident event, that is really for Tenafly's new residents. They would have explicitly gotten invitations. That is going to be this Thursday, but hope the council can make it by, and mayor and.
Oh, I'll be there.
Is there ice cream again?
They'll have free food. Yeah, they do have a
Free food, Adam.
catering
I'll be
situation.
there.
Hors d'oeuvres, that's a 6 to 7:30, 6 to 7:30 Peace Plaza.
Okay, so it's not at the pool club. 'cause
No,
that
right,
has
no,
changed.
corrections.
Okay.
It is back at Peace Plaza, yes. A little confusion for a sec, but it's back there. And the Tenafly Nature Center is having their campfire cocktails, and that is on Saturday, September 13th, starting at 6 PM. Encourage everyone to go. It's a really lovely night. The weather's been nice and right. So you go to the pavilions. They also have that catered with some lovely food from Promenade. Last year worked out great. If you like wine, they have all these wine bottle giveaways. So please check that out. September 13th. You can get your tickets now. And I did just want to say the Tenafly Elks are having the annual clam bake on Saturday.
I'll be there.
Starts at 2 PM. And Mr. Mayor, please put that in your announcement.
Oh, of course it's there, yes.
What's the date again?
So
It was
that's-
there, it was there last Friday, it'll be there this
Oh, it
Friday.
was already.
I love the clam bake at the Elks, it's great. I've been going there for 18 years.
Yeah, and just for anyone who doesn't know, it's all you can eat with the barbecue too. It's not just about clams. And then it's in the beer and everything. And so it's 2 PM and it goes all the way till at least 7 PM. Like the food doesn't run out.
Right to the
Yeah.
final, the Jumbotron.
Right, actually, it could work really well that way, actually.
You should
And
do
it
deliveries.
raises money for Elks charity.
You should deliver.
So, yeah, so I just wanted to promote that. So it seems like Tenafly's got a lot going on, so it's
Yeah.
exciting stuff.
Very excited.
Good. Dan?
I got nothing.
Nothing. All right, so one little announcement. I just want to thank Richard Barada and for the summer concerts that he produced with his team this year, with Alana and Eddie on the sound and Sam. Everybody did a great job. It really was a fabulous season. We only had bad weather one night in the very beginning. And
Just one concert.
yeah,
We've never
and
had such
the
good.
place where we have the stage now is great. So thank you for that team for making it happen. Other than that, you guys talked about all the good stuff. Now, there is nothing on the closed session that is there to discuss. So
Oh, really?
unless someone
It
on
says-
any of these topics, what?
Yeah, they're placeholders.
They're placeholders.
No information came in time.
There's no new updates. If you want to sit inside and announce that, we can do it.
You
No.
built it, girl.
Don't have to say that twice. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Thank you, everyone.
That was awesome.
Okay, technically, since I
Yeah,
started
you
the
won.
meeting,
You
I
won.
count, I guess.
What did you
Fair enough.
think about